Steve Terradot learned how to play pool in the back room at the Boulevard Bar in Pasadena in 1981. He spent many nights there, relishing the feelings of safety and community the space provided. "We used to sneak in the back door," he said, "because in those days you looked around to see who was watching you go into a gay bar." In the late 80s, he cared for 6 months for a friend who had AIDS. He lost 11 close friends to the disease and felt a sense of urgency to do something about it. "I wanted to work in the gay community," said Terradot, who moved to Los Angeles from Hacienda Heights in the late 1970s. In his hometown, he felt ashamed and struggled to acknowledge his identity. The move afforded him the opportunity. Being able to work with gay people and have a gay family, it meant everything. In 1985, he started bartending at the Boulevard. In 1999, he bought the bar. "What once was my worst thing in life became my biggest gift," he said. Over the years, the Boulevard became a safe haven for the gay community in the area and an alternative to the West Hollywood bar scene. Business was good. There was karaoke 6 nights a week. 3 nights a week drag queens from all over the state took to the small stage. The disco ball reflected dancing beads of light in celebration of a constant barrage of birthdays and post-work get-togethers. Mark Lanza and Mark Cho became regulars at the Boulevard a decade ago. Here, unlike the many bars in West Hollywood they had visited, they felt a sense of belonging. The couple joined the panorama of people from Ontario, Temple City, Rosemead and Pasadena, finding common cause with their stoolmates, who seemed content to sip beer and moderately priced cocktails in a welcoming environment. About 3 years ago, Terradot needed a bartender, and Lanza offered to help. He would finish up the day's construction projects. Lanza and Cho own a home repair business, and then step behind the bar to cut fruit and prep for the night staff. Terradot taught him how to bartend and the two became good friends. The pandemic upended the Boulevard community and employees. When the space closed for the first time in 40 years after the government-mandated shutdown in March 2020, the bills started to pile up. The bar was not set up to offer to-go cocktails and there was no food for takeout. The immediate future promised only uncertainty. Terradot did not receive his first unemployment check until June 2020. This year, payments stopped in March, and he hasn't received a check since. Despite daily calls, he has been unable to get anyone from the State Employment Development Department on the phone. He'd been using his unemployment checks to pay the bills and considered taking out a mortgage on his home. The money he received from his single PPP loan in 2020 is long gone. Lanza suggested launching a fundraiser campaign on the GoFundMe website, but Terradot pushed back. "It was humbling for me," he said.